Hello, my beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and I do beautiful readings for you. I do beautiful readings for you, if I may say so myself. At least I hope that they empower you. That's the whole point of this. If you don't feel empowered when you're here, then you must leave and find the thing that empowers you in your life, because that's the most important thing. You gotta learn, grab wisdom, empower yourself, and move forward in your life. Anybody who robs you of power, they need out of your life. That includes me, which is completely against what I need on this channel. But nobody claimed I was smart, right? I'm spiritual, doesn't mean I'm smart, right? I mean, you know, hi, how you doing? Leave now, you know, whatever. I'm going to do my little powwow, but I'm going to take a moment here and connect very, very seriously to my beautiful guides. I'm going to connect to Source. You know, I'm going to thank Source. I'm going to thank God. Some people call it God. I thank Source for this opportunity to be of service of you today, to be of service to you today, okay? I'm going to start saying that because this is the whole point for light workers. I'm a light worker. I had to find my own light before I could be a light worker, and that's the whole point. I'm one who teaches by wisdom that I've accumulated through life since I'm a 5. I'm a Hierophant, and that is my purpose, to take the teachings of everything that I've learned and heard and seen that resonated with me, and to transmit it sometimes in ways that are easier to understand, that make the learning curve a little bit smoother for the rest of you, and to keep on learning. That's the biggest thing for me, to keep on learning and keep adding to the toolbox, rearrange it sometimes, okay? All right. So I let in the teachers that Mona and Liam will so kindly let in. I haven't so far, I don't think any of these oracle readings actually named any, but if they choose to be named or want to be known, I'm sure they'll make sure that they are. I feel tremendous energy. My body is resonating right now. So these times that I take to do this, usually before, oh God, I feel it even in my teeth. It's just to let the energy in, right? I'm protected by my angels. I'm protected, oh yeah, it's hard on the head though. I'm protected by Mona and Liam, who are my wonderful dream team. They make this look fabulously easy. They make me feel and sound magical, along with my higher self that's always there, who is there, but in you know, I'd have to say almost in a very quiet way, because when we're in bodies, we hear them, but not probably as well as we should, on purpose, of course, because we have things to fulfill here. All right, deep breath. And at the end, I will be doing a singing bowl to see how the energies are in your world, to clear any east, west, north, south that you might have blocks with. It's worked so far. Sometimes the singing bowl is not as loud. We're going to see how it goes this week. All right, I had taken out this deck, and it's the Shaman deck, which I can't recall now. The bad thing is I don't remember. It's a Mystical Shaman Oracle. I have to read them because, yeah, it's a tool I will be using today. Along with the charms, because I know you guys like that as well. Some of you have noted, oh, I'm so glad the charms came back. So we're going to use all the fun stuff. All right. You hear Rabbit in the background. She tends to get very, very busy while I'm doing my energy work. And yep, there she goes. And she'll be busy today, if anything. Or she'll get super quiet. Either or, if the energy gets really, really intense in here. So Feeling it all the way to my spine. Is there something about the energy that they need to know, the way that I'm feeling it today? Yeah, a lot of you are holding energy at the bottom of your spine, near your butt, okay? So do some stretching exercises. You're holding a lot of tension there. I feel that's what they're saying. I'm surprised. Usually it's shoulders, but in this case it's lower back. So a great way is to just kind of slowly bend forward and just kind of stretch everything there. And bend back. Okay. So that's the first message, which is, I don't think I've had that one before. You guys can't see, but most of the time in these messages, my eyes are closed. The sorcerer, except of course when I'm looking at the cards. The sorcerer, 48, 12, 3, goes down to 3. 3 is the Empress. It's the one who's creating. So let's take a look here. So the sorceress, and I thought so, it's the dark power, right? The sorcerer represents the destructive aspect of the human psyche and a self-centered behavior that harms others. It symbolizes the unconscious belief and ideas that foster separation, conflict, and scarcity. He sounds a lot like the Page of Swords in my tarot deck. And for anybody who reads tarot, I read the Page of Swords as a very different. If you become a reader, you start associating certain cards with certain things. Page of Swords for me is very much somebody who talks really loud, sounds like he knows what he's saying, but sometimes lacks the experience, a little bit ignorant around the sides, and it sounds smart enough to make you believe it. I like to associate him to your meandering mind, who likes to trap you in corners, likes to tell you you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, and backs it up with maybe things that you've tried that didn't exactly work out. So it's, yeah, what is it? Somebody said it baffles you with bullshit. I think it's I think that's the best way that I can describe it. Okay, so this the invitation, it says, when the sorcerer enters your circle, you're being called to look at how your beliefs around scarcity and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destructive part of your psyche that misuses power or harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, greed, bigotry, or hatred. Perhaps you've harmed someone because of these dark tendencies. If so, all is not lost. You have only forgotten that all beings are interconnected and the universe is abundant. The sorcerer arrives to challenge you to change your thinking. You've given a second chance. Correct your course and practice not blaming others for the darkness that lives inside you. Make peace with it and choose another way. That's kind of a dark message, you guys. But I don't feel it as bad. Well, I do. Jane, I'm talking from higher self with my guides right now, so I'm not trying to confuse you. My Jane has felt this. Reading these words, part of her physical body feels attacked, going, I'm not mean to people. That's all I can hear. I wasn't mean to people. I didn't mean to be mean to people. And that's the part that you have to understand. Sometimes we lash out or we think people are awful. It's because she's had thoughts, and I'm gonna call her out. She's had thoughts of somebody keeping her out of something, and without any proof. You ever feel that? Like somebody is keeping you out. They're not giving you your due. They're not giving you a shot. They're not giving you your chance. And you think all nasty thoughts about them. And you may not be wishing them any harm, but the nasty thoughts are enough. Now, we're not going to say to you, look, I'm going to smack you upside the head and say you're a bad person. It happens to all of us. It happens to humans a lot. We do that as a form of trying to protect, okay? To protect ourselves from being left out, from feeling bad by being bad, if you know what I mean, okay? It's like, I'm going to think bad thoughts of you before you think them of me. You don't like me? Well, I don't like you back. But sometimes you didn't even find out if that person liked you or disliked you. There might be reasons why they kept you out. It just might not be the right time. Or they haven't asked you yet, okay, for whatever. Just giving you an example of something Jane has gone through right now. She's not liking this at all. Okay, so, but the thing is, don't be too hard on yourself. This is the Page of Swords at work, okay? This is the Page of Swords at work. By having those thoughts of, I'm not good enough, they don't like me, etc., then you turn around and put out that kind of energy out, and you inadvertently hurt the people around you. The best thing you can do is changing your thoughts as quickly as you can out of that. Changing your thoughts as quickly as you can out of that energetic vibe. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. What do we have here? Let's take a look. See. Sometimes you gotta reach very far to find the answers. You have to stretch yourself past the normal way of thinking. Okay, I love this elastic. It keeps making its way back into this thing, and I see it every time, but there's a circle. It's a purple elastic. That is probably why it ended up in there. There's a real spiritual lesson to be had here. A circle that if you can connect within yourself, you're going to be able to find. Okay? So, it involves value. V. It involves the value that you put on yourself. Because when you value yourself, then you're able to let others have their own value. Okay, that's a very deep thought right there. You can allow others to have their value. Okay? Strong is beautiful. This is the strength in the self, in you, believing in yourself. It takes courage to get past these things. It does. It does take courage. Again, the seed coming out, this beautiful little acorn, letting you know that if you plant it, you're going to have a beautiful garden. But if you ignore it, you won't. You really won't. What else is here? The owl. A lot of wisdom coming in with this message. A lot of you have felt that. What we did right now as a group, and I know I'm really not trying to confuse all of you. It really is like an Abraham type deal, but it's just the vocabulary is not really good on Jane. Jane is fighting the whole way with the vocabulary. So let's, we'll try to keep it as simple as possible. By revealing this about Jane, she feels that somehow she is less, okay? She's undeserving of any praise she gets from people, not realizing that everybody has these thoughts, everybody has these feelings. She's very human. That was the whole point of her journey here, to learn, to get angry, to sometimes feel vindictive, sometimes feels left out, sometimes feel scarce in her life. She's done a lot in her life, but yeah, she's really not liking what we're saying here. Compassionate, kind, free, true, brave, strong, happy, thankful, at peace. These are all the things that we strive for. These are all the things. This is the badge that we all want to wear, right? This is the stuff we all want to wear on our sleeves, on our hearts, and go, look at me. I am the ultimate perfect person. The thing is, Pisces, is that we have to admit to ourselves that we are sometimes, that we fall off the wagon, energetically wise. It's not even mistakes. It's just an energy turn. And you can feel it immediately because you crash or you get stuck. You get stuck. And that should be the first thing that runs to your mind, going, not I'm a bad person, I'm thinking these bad thoughts, or even anything of that sort. I'm failing, I'm not a good human. This disparaging negative talk should not be the first thing that goes through your mind. It should be that, whoa, this energy is bad. This energy is not in love. This is, the strings of red show me that it's something from the base chakra that's pulling love right out of the situation. And yeah, it's not, it's really not needed. I can see this. This is ice. This is ice. Okay. This is static. This is a straight pull up and down. Okay. This is energy loss. This is actually, it's stress. Huh. Very interesting. This is ice, but I thought this one was ice. Yeah. Jane, don't argue with us. Okay. So this one is patience, stress, obstacles, and necessity. Okay? If it's in reverse, which it could have been, it's wrong direction, inappropriate, and possessiveness. This one is ice, static, energy loss, cooling, separation, ill feelings. I can't make this up. Wow, this is so hard, okay? This is so hard to look at for myself. You guys, if you're probably listening to this, you're seeing that I'm having a hard time letting them take over, but I'm really going to. Okay, I'm going to let go and let Source at this point. I'm going to let my higher self and day take over, because there's truly a beautiful lesson, and yes, it involves myself as a human being, but I'm going to, this is a lesson we all need to learn. And I'm willing to let that happen, even if it doesn't show me in the very best of lights. Although, I'm sure I'm not the only one to have had these thoughts. Especially when I'm driving. Okay, so I'm going to just let it happen here, beautiful Pisces, because this is a good one. And it's a shadow. It's shadows. It's looking into the shadow. Well, at least that's what it feels like to me. But to them, they're saying it's just uncovering a deeper layer and freeing yourself from these perception, this Page of Swords. All right, so not signing off, but staying in the corner, the physical part anyway, the physical brain, and I'm letting them take over so that it doesn't sound so confusing. You guys like to torture me. All right, so here we go. This has to be the worst feeling for a decent human being to have. To feel like the world around you doesn't want the best for you. And then in turn thinking, why the hell would I ever want the best for them? These are secret thoughts that we have on our own where we don't really want to say it, because especially if you like to think of yourself as a decent human being, you don't want to walk around with those kind of thoughts. You don't want to admit that to anybody ever. Why would you? That would make you look awful, would make you look mean, even evil, wouldn't it? Is there like a very silent message being brought through to ask you, look at the energy. We want you to look at energy first. Where does it come from? Why do you feel left out? In Jane's case, she was always left out as a child. It was part of her contract. One that she fights every day. Every time she feels left out. Instead of punching past all of that, she retreats inside of herself and becomes self-sufficient and strong. It was there for a reason as she was young, so she could survive her childhood. Deep down, she knows this. And deep down, she knows that she has to break free of that pattern now, because she can reach out. It's no longer a sense of survival. It's something that was so ingrained in her, put in there by fear and survival, that it's very sticky. It sticks to an energy field for a very long time. It's something that sadly happens, but gave a great opportunity on your journey, that when that tool was no longer needed, the opportunity was to overcome how that tool came to be. What we mean by that is to dismantle that tool. The experience that made it appear, the resilience that Jane developed from being scared, outcasted, abandoned, helped her survive childhood, young adulthood, helped her protect her children. But as she is older now, a second opportunity presents itself to find a resilience, the enlightenment, the ability to find her magic, to be able to dismantle the tool that she built in protection. So the tool that helped her overcome and build now needs to be dismantled, very much like the tower. The foundation will stay still, but the top of the tower needs to be brought down. And in its place, she needs to build something bigger, flexible, more doors, more windows, less austere, warmer, more welcoming. Every once in a while, though, a little piece of that foundation pops up at the bottom, reminding her of the tool she had once used. You like to call them triggers. Somebody does something, and you go into, nobody likes me, I have to protect myself. Instant shield, instant protection. Be kind to yourself. Realize what's happening. Forgive yourself the thoughts that you may have towards others, feeling defensive and hurt. Realize that it's just a little tiny bit of foundation still sticking up that's reminding you of the past. Take your paintbrush or your hammer, take it off or paint it up into a different color. We suggest yellow. It's a very happy color. And give it power. Give it power to lift you up. To remind you that you once had this tool and it served you well. It protected you when you needed it. It helped you grow and be strong when you needed it. We suggest when you have these feelings to plainly look at them and say, "Thank you for having been of service to me. I no longer need you. I have moved on and expanded. My energy is open, forgiving, understanding. I don't assume anymore. I live in the present moment. I don't create and fashion stories. I look at things that are present in my face." You should be feeling our energy really releasing you now. Jane is feeling it. Her energy is being released. The tension in her shoulders and her back is just coming out. It's more than forgiving yourself. It's understanding. It's comprehension. All right, let's pull some more cards. You are light. Even though sometimes you feel in the dark, you're always light. You're connected to light. Magic happens when you most expect it. This can be a magical moment for you if you let it. You can let it free you. You can let it be a guide, a teacher, so that next times you have these ill feelings, these feeling of scarcity, the pain. Instead of buying into the energy and then feeling bad for having the thoughts, you can remind yourself, thank you. Thank you for the strength you have given me before. Thank you for the protection you offered. I am better now. I live in the moment now. I don't presume anything. Everybody has their own journey. Release yourself from that negative energy. The sorcerer that has you stuck in a funnel of darkness. That pit that we all go to, where lives fear, scarcity, anger, vengeance, guilt. Release them all. Let them go. Let them go into the light. Let the magic happen. Let your energy be transformed. I'm sure you've noticed today this is a healing for Jane as much as it is for you. Jane has always wanted everyone to know that she is just like everybody else, on a journey, on a path, here to teach, here to be of service, even through her own life experiences, even through everyday experiences. Life has a great deal to teach us. We're going to end these sessions now. We're going to let Jane speak, as she does through her guides, and let you think over this very intense and different reading today. We hope you find the light inside of yourself. Release yourself from your burdens. You need to be far kinder to yourselves than you are most times. Remember, everything is a chance to become wiser and better to yourself and for yourself every day. Wow, okay, that was hard, that was hard. Okay, you guys, you gotta give me a minute, I'll be back. Hello, Pisces, I'm back, I've returned, I feel better. If you had to stop this and kind of feel that, and have an upsurge of emotions, that's quite alright. That is completely normal. I can't say that I'm really happy about this. I didn't really think they'd be using me as an example. Not probably my finest moment, although they did not really speak in regards to the situation in itself, and I don't think I need to. I got stuck this week where I felt again like I was, this is a recurring for me, and I've spoke about this to you guys, where I felt, slighted and ignored, and I go into modes of, I'm unworthy, I'm back to being that gawky, unpopular child who was abandoned by parents, and it goes back and forth in my mind. And then I get angry, and then I get, not vengeful, because I usually don't go after people, but I start, hating on people, if you know what I mean, in your mind, you know what I'm talking about. You go, I don't like that person, I'm going to stop talking to that person. And making things bigger than they are. And it's a very hard place for me to be. And I guess it was to, again, let go of some remnants. And at the same time, make me realize that these protection mechanisms of when I was younger, when these things would happen, I would go off on my own. I would escape in my own world. I would shut the door to my room and just build a little place there where I was safe. And it saved me, because some people when I was young did not have my best interests at heart, were trying indeed to harm me. And it's something that's just stayed. And I've broken this down. I don't live my life this way, but every once in a while something happens, triggers it, and this happens. And I'm sure the person in question had none of that in their mind, thinking about it. None of it. None of it at all. But you still go there. You still go into that dark space. Okay? And as I said before, went deep trance with the guides. This has to do with getting wisdom, receiving wisdom. Okay? Seeing your own value and strength. Getting past this ill feeling, this terrible thing. And this is, it says wishes do come true here. It's seeing your own magic inside of yourself. And it's also to release the protection mechanism that you may have put in place. That when it does show up and start reacting the way I did, is to say, and I didn't do that, but I will now, thanks to the guides, is thank you for your protection. Thank you for everything you did give to me. But now it's like a warrior who no longer needs their spear. You can throw it down. You can let it go. You can set it aside. But I hadn't. I haven't for certain things. And it's just to make you realize that sometimes this is going to happen and you're going to need to let it go and release it. Okay? So I apologize if that was a little weird. The message is there. And the best thing you can do for me as a person, as a human being, is let me know down in the comments if you felt like this before. Okay? Please don't leave me out here by myself. Yes, I'm asking for validation. That I'm not the only human who's mean. Or tell me how you feel like you've failed yourself sometimes in energy. So I'm going to do the singing bowl now, and I'm going to wrap this up so that I can go and just meditate for a while and maybe rest. But here we go. Okay. So let's cleanse the energy. This should help wholeheartedly. And let's do it. Okay. Be careful of your ears. This is going to be loud. I have to tell you guys, the energy is very, very strong on the singing bowl today. So it's clear, it's loud, it really was perfectly in tune. There wasn't any more blockages. This may be, for some of you, the very thing that you needed to clear out those last little remnants of that Page of Swords that keeps plaguing you, that defense mechanism that keeps getting into your way. Without these, you're free to let good feeling energy in and to start moving in the direction of what you really want. Thank you for being with me today, letting me share some of the things that I'm not so proud of. And, well, not that I had much of a choice, but I keep thinking through all of this, am I even going to post this? But I think that I am, Pisces. I think that I will. And it's an act of showing you the scars, showing you the imperfections, and showing you the internal battles that still happens, even when you are a light worker. I thank you for your time. I thank you for listening. I thank you for understanding, and I hope that you left here or leave here more powerful and wiser in your life course, and that if you were able to, you can actually free yourself from some of these things as well. Take good care of yourself. You are loved. Stay in the light, and you are absolutely blessed. Take care.